Envy of the neighborhood, and this is the time of year to get to work. So we're joined this morning by Jimmy McClendon from Pike Nurseries for some tips to really keep your lawn in tip-top shape. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hey, good morning.
All right, so this is the time of year to fertilize some lawns, but not all of them. What do we need to know?
That's right. So when you go into the fall, the first thing you really want to figure out is what type of lawn do I have? Do I have a warm season grass or do I have a cool season grass? Warm season grasses are going to be your Bermudas, your zoysias, centipedes, St. Augustine. And what differentiates between them and other grasses is they'll stay green all the season long from spring all the way into fall.
Okay.
Then they go brown in the wintertime. Your cool season grasses are really fescue. And that's what everybody likes to do this time of the year. It's green all year long. It gets a little yellow sometimes in the summer months when it's really hot, but it stays green all year, and that's what you're going to be fertilizing the most right now.
Okay, and some tips for getting that process started.
So the one thing that you're going to do is you're going to try to figure out what fertilizer do I need. If you're not overseeding your fescue, you're going to use a high nitrogen fertilizer, which will help green it. It gets it really good and going. If you're going to overseed, you're going to use a starter fertilizer that has a good bit of nitrogen, but doesn't necessarily give it that kick right off the bat. It's more about the roots. So when you get ready to do any of those, you want to figure out which two that you're going to use. Bermudas, zoysias, centipedes, don't do anything to them at all right now. Okay. Let them go to sleep for the winter months.
All right, if you have to take care of weeds, what are some things we need to be doing?
Wow, well, so if you're doing your fescue lawn and you're going to overseed, we keep going back to the overseeding part of that, you're not going to do anything because that new seed won't come up if you do any type of weed prevention or anything like that. Here's where you get into your warm season grasses. Your zoysias and Bermudas need to have protection against those winter weeds. You'll have a little bitty grass that's called bluegrass. It's like getting fescue out there in your brown grass during the winter months. You don't want that. So you're going to put a crabgrass preventer out there on it, even though it's not for crabgrass. It's for poana, all your other winter weeds, things like that.
Okay, what about any lawn diseases, fungus, things like that?
Yeah, so people think that at the end of the summer you're not going to have any diseases because it's cooler, but we know that it stays warm a lot of times into November. When you have these spikes in humidity, a lot of your different diseases kick in more than any time of the year in the fall. Gets cool, gets hot, gets cool, gets hot. You want to make sure that you get a fungicide out there on it during the fall months too. Okay,
so if you do have a lawn that needs to be reseeded, how do we get this process started?
So for your fescue lawns, you're going to pick out whether you have sun or shade for fescue. Your fescue gets put out starting here in the next couple of weeks, really about the first or second week of September. And you want to pick out the type that you like. You're going to make sure that you use about 6 pounds per 1,000 square feet. That's really it. Once you get it down, you're going to water it for about the first 10 days solid every single day until you start to see it germinate. And if you want to put a little bit of mulch on it, add some wheat straw.
Okay, and what if you're starting a brand new lawn from scratch?
So if you're starting brand new from scratch, there's two ways that you can do it. You can either do it sod or you can do it by the seed. The seed takes a little bit longer to do. If you're doing sod, the sod is instant. You put it right down, water it, it's good.
All right, great. Thank you for the tips. Now we should all have a great green lawn.